Microsoft Sam plays F1 24. What's up my scrubby scrubs? This is the goddamn Microsoft Sam back again for another episode of Microsoft Sam plays F1 24. In the last episode, I wasn't able to take the win at Singapore. Verstappen won the race, with Norris in second, but I was able to take the final place in the podium. However, McLaren retook the lead of the Constructors' Championship. Today, we are gonna be heading back to the United States, but this time we are going to Texas. Before heading down to the paddock, time for the usual routine. Looks like this one is going to be a sprint weekend.
Welcome to Texas, where that now iconic run up to turn one will have us all on the edge of our seats. The Americans do it bigger and better. We're in for a great show. We're in for free practice.
Texas, home of cowboy engineers and raging hand-on-wood comics. Anyway, let's get started with the first practice program of the session.
Okay, don't worry about tyres, just give it everything. In this test, we just want to make sure we can lap close to our rival's pace.
Copy that, engineer.
Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
Happy to help. Time to head back to the garage.
Okay, on this test I want you to focus on managing your ERS. It's really important for our overall race pace, and so a reminder that you've got modes to play with in your MFD. See how they feel for you and see how different modes drain the battery.
10-4 engineer.
Nice one. Okay, reminder, a neat way to recharge the batteries by lifting at certain points when you feel you can and by gentle braking. Try those this lap and see how you get on.
I'll try, engineer, but no promises.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
ERS management complete. All that's left is the race strategy program.
Okay, we need a few solid laps here to help us calculate a good race strategy.
Race strategy laps coming up, engineer. First lap down. second lap is history. And that's the third and final lap. Time to head back to the garage and go to sprint qualifying.
And that's it, practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye. It's a United States love affair with Formula One at the moment, so what a thrill for everyone today to see our drivers lapping COTA at full hot lap speed. It's the Circuit of the Americas, and it's qualifying.
Let's do this. Pole for the sprint. Yes, 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 yes. Before starting the sprint, let's see what upgrades I can purchase. Two upgrades this time. Time to start the sprint.
So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? We're racing then today in Travis County, Texas, around the 20 corners of this wonderful Circuit of the Americas. We'll be reaching speeds of around 200 miles per hour here today, and there are plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the two DRS zones into turn 1 and the long back straight into turn 12. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. The governor lines up on pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Perez, Oscar Piastri, Stroll, Sainz, Leclerc, Hamilton, Albon, Gasly, Ricciardo, Hülkenberg, Ocon, Bottas, Magnussen, Tsunoda, and Logan Sargent. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And with me for this commentary this afternoon, former racing driver Naomi Schiff. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not.
Yes, for sure. It is never nice to be on the receiving end of that teammate battle, to be the one not winning. But for the driver who is on the upper hand, it's a real confidence boost because, as you know, the first job in Formula One is to beat your teammate. It is a team sport, but at the end of the day, that's the only driver on the grid that's got equal equipment to you. So it's the best indication of how you're doing. So for them, it's going to be a real confidence boost.
Let's start the sprint race.
How did it feel after sucking balls in Singapore?
How about you go fuck yourself instead? You and Verstappen have both been nothing but a pain in my ass all season long.
Does it look like I give two shits, fucker? We will not rest until you and your shitty Kit Sauber team have lost this championship.
Did you even take a look at the fucking table? You have already lost the Drivers' Championship, bitch. Nothing to say back? Good, shut the fuck up.
Okay, DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Thanks for the heads up, engineer.
job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap.
Final lap of the sprint. Let's bring the car home. Yes, 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 yes. Another sprint victory for the goddamn Microsoft Sam.
Everyone here is really happy with that performance. Well done, mate.
I couldn't be happier to race for this team engineer.
So with the sprint concluded, join us next time for qualifying. And of course, the main event, this weekend's Formula One Grand Prix. We'll see you next time.
Sprint is now finished. Time for regular qualifying.
It's a United States love affair with Formula One at the moment, so what a thrill for everyone today to see our drivers lapping COTA at full hot lap speed. It's the Circuit of the Americas, and it's qualifying.
Let's try to get pole for the race as well. pole for the race. Yes, 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 yes. Time to start the race.
Here we are then in one of the fastest growing cities in the United States, the fabulous Austin in the great state of Texas. The circuit itself, 14 miles southeast of the city centre, has been home to the US Grand Prix since 2012, the latest in a long list of iconic tracks to have that honour. We're racing today then in Travis County, Texas, where 20 corners and speeds of up to 200 miles per hour await us on this magnificent racetrack. It's 60% full throttle with plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the two DRS zones into turn 1 and the long back straight into turn 12. What a race we have in store today. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. The governor lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Perez, Oscar Piastri, Leclerc, Stroll, Sainz, Bottas, Ocon, Tsunoda, Albon, Gasly, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, and Logan Sargent. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. Alongside me here in the commentary box today, former racing driver extraordinaire Naomi Schiff. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not.
Yes, for sure. It is never nice to be on the receiving end of that teammate battle, to be the one not winning. But for the driver who is on the upper hand, it's a real confidence boost because, as you know, the first job in Formula One is to beat your teammate. It is a team sport, but at the end of the day, that's the only driver on the grid that's got equal equipment to you. So it's the best indication of how you're doing. So for them, it's going to be a real confidence boost.
Victory in the sprint. Let's see if I can win the race as well.
Victory is gonna be mine, Sam.
No way, Russell. You are not gonna be pulling off a shot victory like how you managed to reclaim 5th place in the last lap and in the last straight from me in Imola.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled.
Understood, engineer.
Okay, mate. Right, we've got some clear track in front of us, so let's make best use of it and make the next lap a quick one. You got this.
One fast lap coming up, engineer.
Okay, nice work. Really good job with that target, mate.
And that's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
Final lap and no proper challenge, with the exception of the opening of the first lap has happened. I have one hand in that championship trophy.
I love this game!
Yes. That championship win
That's a
is so
race win
close,
and your
I can
second
feel it.
race win in a row. Fantastic job.
I couldn't have done it without you, engineer.
They take the checkered flag flag then here in Austin in what has been another fabulous Grand Prix.
Well, that's 2 wins in a row for them now. That's really going to help them gain confidence and start to build that momentum that they're really going to be looking for.
Looks like they're on their way out onto the podium now, and what a result this is, and a very popular one with the crowd as well. Great stuff to see the Sauber team on top here today. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
Holy damn. We have just retaken the lead of the Constructors' Championship. Fuck yes. Yes. I beat Stroll in this rivalry. Yay, Audut. Let's see if I can buy some more upgrades. Damn, no upgrades to purchase. Let's just advance the calendar forward.
Okay, all the new parts have been fabricated and we're going to have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
That's very good to hear, engineer. And it looks like that the next race is gonna take place in Mexico. Anyway, I'm gonna end this episode off right here. Stay tuned to Swagmaster the Fed Slayer Productions and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. This is Microsoft Sam, signing off. Peace out.